Welcome to today's ETH/USDT perpetual strategy analysis. Let's begin with a quick review of the four core signals in this system. TES, trend entry long, is your signal to enter a long position. TEB, trend entry short, is your signal to enter a short position. S, exit sell, confirms long continuation and serves as a long add-on or short stop loss. EB, exit buy, signals short re-entry, long stop loss, or short cover. With these definitions clear, let's now examine the three timeframes and determine the current trading bias. Let's walk through each timeframe from the highest to the lowest, starting with the weekly chart. The weekly shows a major EB signal at the top left, which triggered the macro downtrend. Price declined substantially from that level. In the lower right zone, a TES signal has appeared. This is the weekly timeframe signaling a potential bullish recovery from deeply oversold levels. After this TES, there has been no new EB or TEB to invalidate it. The weekly bias is long. The TES at the low zone is holding, and the macro recovery is in progress. Moving to the daily chart. The daily previously showed TEB signals that created bearish pressure and suppressed bounce attempts. However, on the right side of the chart, an ES signal has now appeared. This ES, exit sell, means the bearish pressure has been absorbed and the market is now in bullish continuation mode. The daily ES is a long add-on signal, confirming that the daily has flipped back to the long side. Daily bias, long, driven by ES. Now the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour previously had TEB and EB signals that caused short-term disruption. But on the right side of the chart, we now see an ES signal, confirming that the short-term bearish interference has been resolved and the 4-hour is back in bullish continuation mode. The 4-hour ES aligns with the daily ES and the weekly TES. 4-hour bias, long, confirmed by ES. The conclusion is clear. All three timeframes are now aligned to the long side: weekly TES, daily ES, 4-hour ES. This is a three-timeframe confluent long structure, not a divergence, not a mixed signal. All three are pointing in the same direction. This is the highest quality setup in the system. With all three timeframes aligned long, let's define your exact trading playbook. The three timeframe consensus: weekly long via TES, daily long via ES, 4-hour long via ES. The system rule is simple: only look for longs. Do not short. This is not a divergence setup. All three timeframes are pointing in the same direction. Here is your standard operating procedure. If you are currently flat, the 4-hour ES is your current entry trigger. However, if price has already moved significantly away from the ES signal, do not chase. Instead, wait for the next clean entry, either a 4-hour pullback followed by a new TES, or a fresh 4-hour ES signal. Entering at a clean signal level is always better than chasing a move. If you are already holding a long position, you can continue to hold. Your management rules are as follows. If the 4-hour prints another ES, that is your add-on signal, increase position size or confirm continuation. If the 4-hour prints an EB, that is your stop-loss signal, exit the long immediately and reassess. If the daily prints an EB or TEB, the daily long structure has failed, stop all long activity. If the weekly prints an EB or TEB, the macro direction has flipped, switch to short bias mode. If you want to go short, the system does not support shorting right now. All three timeframes are long biased. Shorting against a three-timeframe long confluence is a very low probability trade. Do not short until at least the daily flips to EB or TEB dominance. Now let's look at the two key scenarios. Scenario A: bullish extension. The 4-hour ES holds without an EB appearing. The 4-hour continues to print ES signals. The daily ES remains the dominant signal with no EB or TEB. This is the ideal scenario, a three-timeframe aligned bullish extension. In this case, hold longs, add on ES signals, and trail your stop higher. Scenario B: false long washout. The 4-hour quickly prints an EB after the current ES, or the daily reprints a TEB or EB, overriding the current ES. This signals that the long setup has failed. It was a false breakout or a failed multi-timeframe alignment. In this scenario, exit longs on the 4-hour EB, return to flat, and wait for the structure to reset before re-entering. In summary, ETH/USDT currently shows a 3-time frame confluent long structure: weekly TES, daily ES, 4-hour ES. Per the system rules, this is a long-only window. Enter on 4-hour ES or TES signals. Add on subsequent ES. Exit on 4-hour EB. Watch for scenario A to extend the move, and use scenario B as your risk management trigger. Stay patient, stay disciplined, and follow the signals. This analysis is for signal system interpretation and trading discipline reference only, not investment advice.